Enhance your experience by becoming a supporting member. Gain access to unseen videos and video requests. 3-day free trial by visiting zionmembership.com. Ones, empaths, you're going to have to reflect your mind back a little bit, right? To what the narcissists, when you first encountered them, told you about their previous supply, right? What did you hear? You heard that their previous supply was toxic. You heard their previous supply was abusive. I'm not saying that their previous supply was an empath. Their previous supply probably was toxic to some extent. But the narcissist that was involved in your life is no angel in that dynamic, right? And this is what the narcissist will do, right? Is they'll paint their former supply as the poison. They'll paint their former supply as the problem. And you probably, helped them, supported them, was there for them, thought, no, told them, no, I would never do that to you. And this is what you would have been like. You would have been really supportive when you heard all of these stories and bad experiences that they've been through with previous partners, right? And they often do this when you reflect back now with the insight that you have and the understanding you have about narcissistic abuse. They often do this at a time that's very inappropriate. It could have been on one of your first few dates. It could have been, they're disclosing information that now, when you look back, you think, oh, hang about, that's very uncomfortable, right? And you didn't realize because you're an empath. Your savior empath streak kicked in and you wanted to be there for them and help them and support them. And you overlooked the feelings that it may have given your spirit and your soul of this isn't actually true, or this is a bit of a fairy tale and this is a load of old nonsense. But this is what they do, right? So you have to understand that now your relationships come to an end with the narcissist involved in your life and you've gone east and they've gone west. You are now the toxic person. You are now the abuser. And this is what they're filling into the new supply's head. That you are the toxic one. That you treated them badly. And all of it is lies. But this is what they do. They love this victim role. They play it so well. They play it so efficiently. They play it so effectively. And this is what they do. And this is what they're doing now with the new supply. All about you. They're gossiping about you. They're slandering you. They're smearing you. They're backbiting you. And do you know what's crazy? I've actually heard of new suppliers getting so wound up about the information that they hear about you, the former supply, that they actually phone up the former supply, or they make contact with the former supply with threats or abuse or things of that nature. And the narcissist that was involved in your life will sit back and just soak it all up, all of the supply that they gain from the situation. I'm not trying to alarm you now, and this may not happen in your personal circumstance, but I'm just making you aware that it does happen in other people's circumstances, that the new supply, falls into the trap and starts acting out in accordance of what the narcissist wants. But you are the topic of the talk, you are the topic around the dinner table. You are the topic of discussion before they go to sleep. You are the topic of discussion a lot. And the thing is about these narcissists involved in your life is, is it actually makes the new supply a bit insecure. Secretly. The new supply may never admit this. The new supply is toxic as well. The new supply is not an empath. And it makes them a bit insecure that they're constantly talking about their former partner, right? It makes them a bit insecure about you, you see. And they probably won't bring this to the attention of the narcissist, But what you got to understand is you being the topic of conversation, you being the topic that the narcissist is talking about, it's not for no reason. You got to understand that they're talking about you, but not as much as they're thinking about you. You see, they're talking about you a lot less than you are actually on their minds. But they continue to feed this false narrative to the new supply in exchange of gaining any remnants of supply left over from you. If you want to stay informed on topics like these, subscribe to the channel. Remember, if you want some light shed on a personal situation, book a one-to-one session. I do all countries and time zones. Links in the description box below. You see, this is what it stands for, right? You can really take, how can I put this? You can really take this as a positive thing that the narcissist that was involved in your life is talking about you, because you are in their minds, right? They're saying one thing, thinking another, you know? They don't actually want to be with this new supply, and that's why they continue to talk about you more and more, because when they talk about you, they feel close to you. When they talk about you, they feel like you're near. You know, it makes them feel close to you still, or some attachment. You have to understand that they have an attachment with their former suppliers that they never want to sever, right? And they certainly don't want to sever the tie between them and the chosen one of the empath, which is you. They certainly don't want to sever that tie, right? So they keep this facade up of bad mouthing you, of talking down about you and things of that nature, and this will last for a period of time. But you see, all relationships come with challenges, even non-narcissistic relationships. All relationships come with a certain degree of challenges, right? And they will run into their fair share of challenges with this new supply. Like the new supply isn't acting in accordance in the way they want them to, or the new supply is on their phone, you know, liking other people's posts on social media, you know, other making the new supply jealous, for example. You know, they'll do things which you didn't do because you were loyal and true and stuff like this. And the narcissist will actually bring this to the attention of the new supply after all the bad mouthing, after all the slandering, after all the gossip, after all the backbiting, you know, after all the smearing that they've done on your name. They'll actually make a statement like, for example, you know, and it's obviously to push the new supply's buttons, but it's also true. They'll say, oh, you know, my former partner never done this. My former partner never went on social media and started liking other people's profile pictures and liking other people's photos, you know? And the new supply will be so confused. And I just use that as an example, but it could be anything, you know? It could be anything like, oh, my former supplier used to do this for me. Like, whatever the new supplier is not doing, they'll triangulate you with the new supply, right? And you'll become an object of triangulation and the new dynamics of the relationship. And this can cause a bust up, this can cause an argument, you know, because the new supply will be confused. The new supply's heard so much bad things about you. The new supply's heard how you are abusive and toxic and bad. And now they're so confused at the fact that they're now being triangulated. They might not even be conscious they're being triangulated, but it really confuses them. But narcissists won't hesitate to do this. And you have to understand that you being the topic of conversation, you being in their minds an awful lot, is why they're speaking your name so much, right? So you have to understand this is what they do. They've done it with you too. They've done it with you too. And you know it's true. You know it's true because when you first met them, they told you about their abusive past and their toxic former partner and things of that nature, right? You heard it all, right? You would have heard it all. I guarantee you would have heard some of this talk about their former partner being bad. And, you know, really, right, if someone's like in a healthy relationship, I think people will move forward in relationships and they can actually open up to their own faults and things like that. You'll never get that with a narcissist. It's always going to be someone else's fault. It's always going to be the toxic person, the toxic former partner. It's always going to be like that, right? And you have to understand the reason why you're on their mind so much, and this is the reason why they're talking your name so much. So if your ears are burning, I'm joking, but if your ears are burning, you know, this is probably why I don't know if there's any truth in the ears burning thing, but I'm just saying, you know, you'll feel it. It's like, you know, you'll feel it. Or if you get some unwanted calls from a new supplier or stuff like this, never fall into the trap. You know, you just got to understand that this narcissist that was involved in your life has been talking about them been talking about you, sorry, my bad, an awful lot. And, you know, they're telling a load of old lies to this new supplier about how bad and toxic you are, but they still will triangulate you with them, you know. This is what they do. The narcissist is never going to get over you. The narcissist will continue to talk about you, even if this new supply goes, you know. This new supply is nothing of substance. You know, you'll still be prominent in their minds, even if they go on to another new supply after that, you know. So just understand, this is the way they do it. You understand it happened to you when you first met them. This is the nature of the narcissist. They love bad-mouthing their former suppliers to gain supply and still feel close to the former supplier, you know. And they certainly want to feel close to you, the chosen one, an empath. So anyway, thanks for listening today. Please press the like and the subscribe button. If you want to donate, you don't have to, but if you'd like to support the channel, you can. Links in the description box below. For more narcissism-based content, check out our other channel, links in the description box. Please visit the forums. One of them is Tips to Heal, and I'd love to find out what helps you on your journey. Please book a healing session with me if you need advice or some light shed on your situation. The Empath Monthly group meeting is coming up at the end of the month. Limited space is available. There's a WhatsApp group for survivors to stay in touch. I'm also doing email consultations if you need a plan of action. The links for all I've mentioned are in the description box below. If you'd like to know more about tears, anger, and hurt fades about narcissists, it becomes one big laugh, click this video here. So anyway, I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.